Hello and welcome to Newsroom series here on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Thank you for joining us. Today our focus is on the Southeast region, but first is our top stories in the course of the day. The Kogi State Governor, Usman Ododo, has received the rescued Dekina kidnapped victims at Government House in Lokoja, the Kogi State capital. The principal of Government Secondary School, Odoekina 1 National Examinations Council ad hoc official, and 4 students were abducted during the ongoing NECO examinations in the Dekina local government area of Kogi State. Now, the group was abducted during an attack on an examination center, but was successfully rescued by a joint security team. Governor Ododo said investigations are underway to establish why a school that had been relocated was designated as the venue for the examination rerun.
This incident is a shocking one to us. In Kogi State, from primary level to the secondary level, both internal and external exam fees, state government, Kogi State government are fully in charge. If you now say education is free in Kogi State, I think we are not making a mistake. But to our surprise, we are trying our best. Mr. President is on top of his game. And we at the subnation, we are trying our possible best. But there are enemies. There are self-centered, selfish people within the country around us that doesn't want this country to progress. I see no reason. If education from primary level to secondary level had been made free here in Kogi State, how comes that fake center for examination malpractices? The center, I don't know, probably after the investigation we'll be able to know whether either WAEC or NECO now approve a center that will host only 10 students. And unfortunately, these students are not our internal students. They are external students taken to a location that is hard to reach, not accessible. And this is a school that has been shut down. We moved the students from that location to the town here in Kogi State. We don't joke with the security of our people. Let me at this point appreciate all the heads of security agencies.
Meanwhile, the National Examinations Council, NECO, has dismissed claims that Government Secondary School Olowa in Kogi State operates as a miracle examination center. The council says the allegation is false, stressing the government-owned school has presented candidates for the senior school certificate examination since the year 2000. NECO confirmed the abducted candidates were duly registered students, while the principal and examination supervisor are state government employees. The council also highlighted its zero-tolerance policy on examination malpractice and urged public officials to verify facts before making statements capable of damaging institutional credibility. In Enugu, the state government says its 300-bed specialist hospital will redefine healthcare delivery in the southeast with the introduction of advanced medical technology aimed at reducing outbound medical tourism. According to the Commissioner for Health, Professor George Ugu, the facility will house the region's first cardiac catheterization laboratory, a modern dialysis suite with more than 10 machines, and other state-of-the-art diagnostic and treatment equipment designed to provide specialist care comparable to international standards. He noted that the hospital, which is expected to open its doors to patients before December this year, will feature a central oxygen supply system and other modern infrastructure to help improve patient care and eliminate many of the challenges associated with conventional public hospitals.
At this level, we are establishing a super specialist hospital that is able to help us reverse medical tourism. You hear people say they are going to India, they are going to other parts of the world to get certain levels of healthcare that hitherto was not available around here. That 300-bedded international hospital has come to fill that gap and make Enugu the place to go. It's going to serve not just the Enugu, but even people from this whole part of the country and this whole part of the world. So if you move around the hospital, you will see that all the latest ways of detecting and treating diseases have been taken into account. For instance, there is no hospital in the whole of this part of the world that have what we call cath lab. That is a special lab where we're able to put narrow and tiny tubes into various vessels inside the heart to correct issues there and to treat ailments. Then sometimes somebody will need something as simple as dialysis, and you'll be hearing there is no light, dialysis machine has broken down. There, the dialysis suite has over 10 different dialysis machines that will be working at the same time. So it's not a setup for them. You go there, you see what a modern hospital should be like. No person will be carrying cylinders of oxygen around in our international hospital or looking for this, looking for that. Everything is digitized and at the press of a button, just beside the patient's head, a tube containing oxygen will come and it will be fitted into the nostril. And everything will go seamlessly.
Hundreds of traders at the Ogbogu Bridgehead Market in Onitsha, Anambra State have benefited from a 5-day free medical outreach organized by the market's caretaker committee to improve access to healthcare and encourage routine medical checkups. According to the caretaker committee chairman, Mr. Undubuisi Chukwuleta, the outreach is the second since his assumption of office, and it is to ensure that traders receive timely medical examinations and treatment, particularly for conditions such as hypertension and diabetes.
The market clinic established by the Anambra State government at Ogbogu Market, Bridgehead, Onitsha, is a beehive of activities with hundreds of traders being attended to and receiving diagnosis for various medical issues, corresponding treatment, or a clean bill of health. This is the second medical outreach organized by the caretaker committee leadership of the market to help traders detect early medical conditions and receive treatment.
Our people know they like to go and check their health. We're always busy pursuing money here and there. We see it necessary that we always give our people opportunity to check their health, because health is wealth.
A lot of things happen in our market. Then our chairman decided to do it again. We have done it before some years ago. Free medical checkup for every jig and crying in this market, even beyond the market. I'm advising traders, money is not everything. Health is prime. Without you being healthy, you cannot achieve anything in life. You may get that money, all of a sudden, you will not be able to be found. But if you are healthy, then you can forge ahead and move forward.
The 5-day free medical exercise, which provides accessible healthcare for busy traders who routinely neglect their health due to the heavy demands of their businesses, is also facilitated by the Anambra State government. It aims to curb preventable health complications, particularly with the current economic strains.
Today, this is the second time we are doing free medical care for them. Then this comprises blood pressure check, blood sugar, cholesterol, malaria, typhoid, hepatitis, HIV screening. And people, you can see the crowd here. People are accessing the services and are very happy for it.
I feel so good because this is the first opportunity I have to come to collect drugs free like this. So I was so happy when I heard that something like this is happening upstairs here. So I'm so grateful for the chairman of the Ogbogu.
The caretaker chairman of the market commends Governor Chukwuma Soludo for establishing a functional clinic within the market and deploying qualified healthcare professionals to serve traders. He also gives an update on their fight against fake, substandard and adulterated pharmaceutical products in the market.
It is our duty to make sure we are sanitizing this market out of fake. We handed over fake, expires product worth of 435 million to NAFDAC officials. We handed it over to them officially for them to go and destroy it. No society is crime-free, but as the executive of the union, we are not relating anything fake, unless it's the one we didn't see or we didn't have information about. As far as we have information, we go after it, we seize it, we put it in our SB room. At the end, we will write to NAFDAC that we want to hand them over all the unwholesome product we confiscated in this market.
The organizers say the program is part of the ongoing efforts to promote preventive healthcare and ensure that traders remain healthy enough to sustain their businesses and contribute to the state's economy.
Adopting the Igbo Apprenticeship scheme as a structured entrepreneurship model has been described to provide a lasting solution to youth unemployment, strengthen small and medium-scale enterprises, SMEs, and accelerate Nigeria's economic development. This is a solution preferred at the 127th inaugural lecture of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, in Anambra State, where a professor of management, Professor Chinedu Uzochukwu Onyezugbe, advocates the institutionalization of what he describes as apprenticepreneurship.
Members of the academia begin their procession into the Asu main hall of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, venue of the institution's inaugural lecture, the 127th of the series. This year's lecture focuses on navigating the labyrinth of SME development in Nigeria, unveiling an improved model of the Igbo apprenticeship scheme as a mitigant. In attendance is the Anambra State Deputy Governor, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, among other dignitaries. In his opening remarks, the Vice-Chancellor of the university describes the inaugural lecture as a vital academic tradition that provides a platform for professors to contribute practical solutions to societal challenges through research, and commends the inaugural lecturer for choosing a subject that has direct relevance to Nigeria's economic realities.
Today, we will be hearing the scientific part to know whether all we have heard is hearsay or if it's been by facts and figures. I have no other thing to say than to welcome you and not to print our lecturer and beg you to listen attentively so that at the end of the day we will leave not only full in our stomach but full in our brain.
Mounting the podium, the 127th UNIZIK inaugural lecturer and professor of management, Chinedu Onyezugbe, explains that the Igbo apprenticeship scheme remains one of Africa's most successful indigenous business development models, having produced thousands of entrepreneurs and thriving small and medium-scale enterprises over several decades.
Igbo apprenticeship scheme is believed to be the world's largest SME incubator. No research has disputed that. This system directly drives economic growth by fostering entrepreneurship and promoting sustainable wealth creation.
He recommends that transforming the system into what he terms apprenticepreneurship will modernize the traditional apprenticeship structure by integrating it to formal entrepreneurial education, innovation, technology, and institutional support.
Integration with formal education. The apprentice program we run should run. My deputy governor should run concurrent with formal education, rather than being an alternative to it. Reduce duration and enhance visibility. When the traditional system lasted 5 to 8 years, This study is proposing 2 to 4 years on average. That the 127th inaugural lecture of this university.
The Vice-Chancellor appreciates the painstaking job done by the inaugural lecturer, while the Anambra State Deputy Governor lauds him for highlighting the indigenous economic model's proven success. He adds that the Soludo administration remains committed to policies that promote entrepreneurship, innovation, and youth empowerment.
This program is coming at this time, in our own time, in this challenging time, where our youth need it, as I would say. We can't allow the rate less than 0.001% of the youth that are in the push to determine who we are. The solution must always come from here. Mine is to assure you of all cooperation, all support of the government of Ghana.
It's a scheme that I look forward to seeing globally, all the institutions to look, and see what the Unity Business School, through what the inaugural lecture of today of Professor Chinedu did in terms of research about this model.
Stakeholders and participants agree that the recommendations of the lecture is indeed a practical pathway to accelerating economic growth in Anambra State and beyond.
When we come back after the break on Newsroom series, Abia State Governor Alex Otti orders implementation of NYSC allowances for corps members serving in Abia State. Join us again. Welcome back. Governor Alex Otti has directed the immediate implementation of the approved allowances for National Youth Service Corps members serving in Abia State, ordering the removal of administrative bottlenecks delaying the payment. Governor Otti gave the directive while receiving the newly posted Abia State coordinator of the NYSC, Yunusa Tanimu, and his management team at his country home in Ishialangwa South local government area, reaffirming his administration's commitment to the welfare of corps members, while acknowledging their contributions to education, healthcare, and other critical sectors of the state's development. He assured the delegation that all necessary steps will be taken to ensure the prompt implementation of the approved allowance.
If it's not been implemented, it's of no use to us. It's already provided. So I'm surprised to hear that that hasn't been done. I knew about the time when they were arguing over the dinner. I stepped in and resolved it. That was before you came. We see the government as part of our society. We actually identified the majority of them in one pastor that I was ever that teaching is true. So in the hospitals, we use that whatever we can do to make the state comfortable.
Coordinator Yunusa Tanimu commended Governor Otti for his administration's developmental strides, particularly in infrastructure, and expressed appreciation for the sustained support being extended to the NYSC in the state.
Covering the corps members hostel and the multi-purpose hall. We also have internal roads constructed in the country and the provision of street lights, among other infrastructural facilities. We also want to appreciate you for the provision of a new office accommodation for the NYSC State Secretariat in the state capital. I also gathered reliably His Excellency has made approval for the supply of furniture to that office. For that, again, we say thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And on our part, I want to assure you that we continue to reciprocate this gesture especially deploying, mobilizing, and encouraging our core members to do their role towards the success of your developmental steps.
Now, the Abia State Governor Alex Oti has pledged to pay the outstanding entitlements of over 4,000 workers disengaged by the administration of former Governor Theodore Orji in 2011 and 2012, reaffirming his administration's commitment to implementing policies that benefit the people of the state and residents alike. Speaking while responding to an appeal by members of the Imo community in Abia during a civic reception held in honor of him and his wife, Priscilla, the governor emphasized that the affected workers would not be recalled into the civil service because of the number of years that had elapsed since they left service. He said they would be paid their outstanding entitlements instead.
My message is continue to be good to the people of Imo State, and they will continue to cooperate with you. Some of them have stayed close to a century in Abia, half a century they have continued to stay, and they have contributed in no small measure to the development of Abia State, particularly Abia, which is the commercial center of the South East. I want to say congratulations, and I want to urge the people of Imo State continue to be peaceful in Abia, Imo Abia one day. I can see that the people of Imo are happy with you. I can also see that you are doing very well. And that's why I have decided to receive you today.
The Imo State government says the gains from the removal of a fuel subsidy and the resulting increase in federal allocation are translating into visible development across key sectors of the state's economy. A commissioner for information and strategy, Declan Emelumba, stated this while leading the presidential media team and the renewed hope ambassadors on a tour of federal and state projects. The delegation inspected the reconstructed Olu Akokwa Federal Road, a once dilapidated route rehabilitated by the Hope Uzodimma administration in collaboration with the federal government.
Well, you know, this road is a very, very important and strategic road. The road is Olu Mbe Akokwa Oga. Oga is in Anambra, so it links the two states, and this is a very commercial hub of the state. So by constructing this road, it means that commerce will flow, goods and services will flow easily. But the most important thing is that where we are standing now, this particular bridge that you see under construction, almost completed. If you had come here 2, 3, 4 years ago, you would, of course, there's no way you couldn't even come in because the road was cut into two by the gully erosion. So I want to say that it is only a governor with that kind of vision and determination that they have done what he's doing here now.
3 governors prior to Governor Hope Uzodimma made every effort to fix this road, especially the stretch where we are now, the massive reclamation, the diversion of the river, and the concrete bridge that's built. The entire Imo side was completely cut off. Imo Abia section, cut off from Anambra. Now what we are seeing now is 80% completion of a 31-kilometer stretch road that will have massive economic implications from the positive point of view for this southeast region. You can see behind me what is being done for the reclamation. You can see the quality of the roads. You can see the median, the concrete median. You can see the street lights as we drove from Olu into this place. And this wouldn't have been possible without the increased FAC allocation that comes monthly from the federal government to the state government, providing extra fund for such projects as this.
The team also visited the Imo Digital City, where thousands of young people are being equipped with digital and robotic skills as part of the state's technology-driven development agenda.
This is where what we call partial lockdown assembly happens. smartphones, feature phones, digital devices of all kinds are being coupled right inside this building. And we also try to promote indigenous manufacturing of digital technology equipment. And most of the people in Imo State today, they come here working and buy their feature phones, their smartphones, their other devices that is already being assembled in this place. And that has done a lot with reducing capital flights. And is also helping to build, more technologically advanced and talented youths in Imo State. Instead of us allowing talents to be imported in Imo, we have groomed a lot of talents in Imo State. We are right now exporting those talents, and they are helping other states, to also advance when it comes to digital economy.
And we draw the curtain on today's edition of Newsroom series with our focus on the Southeast. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun.